Okay, so let's start the lecture, or maybe we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes till everyone will join. Only 2, 3 students have joined, so we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes till everyone will join, and then I will start the lecture. Okay, students, so let me start the lecture. So I am taking up just now the unit of location selection and plant layout. So today, as we have done the discussion on the last turn, I think I have covered maximum things. So today I will discuss some of the things related to out the plant layout, and whatever I have discussed with you in the earlier lectures. Today we will have the uh, questionnaire with you guys, so that I can able to get an idea like what your opinion is and what you have understood. But first, a recap quickly. So these are the objectives, like about the explaining of various location decisions, and importance of the plant location and types of the plant layout, and explain about the factors governing various parameters. Now, layout planning, I told you, is a manufacturing and service organization, involves the physical arrangement of various resources available in the system, and that is to improve the performance of the operating system, and the result is providing the better services to the customer. So in order to just serve the customer in a better way, we are having the layout planning which we have to do. So this is basically one of the things that I have discussed with you. This is one of the overview of the plant, processing plant, where you can see there are slots and the places that are being made for power transmission, for maintenance, building, water treatment, metal separation, warehouse, emergency flare, gas storage, glass storage, raw material storage, tipping floor, process area, byproduct material, hazardous waste handling, turbine, exhaust vent, multi-effect distillation, and all. Everything will be there, and you can able to find it the place according to your need. So based on that particular thing, that is basically a layout on the manufacturing and service organization is. That is, you can able to give the operation of performance to the system, and the reason is to provide the better services to customer. The plant location should be based on company's expansion plan. Like when the company wants to expand, okay, by seeing the market trend, that is called the market condition, changing the sources of raw materials and many other factors. And the purpose of the location study is like you will get the optimum location that will result in the greatest advantage to the organization. Nature of location decision depends upon two factors. One is the primary location decision, that is a long-term commitment. I told you the example also about the long-term commitment. And the secondary location decision, that is, it is having a significant impact on firm's operation as well as the cost structure. Now, what are the things that is very important with respect to the knownness of the importance of plant location is there is need or importance of location planning because it aids in expansion, it aids in costly advantages, it aids in discovery of raw material, additional facilities, political and social changes, and increasing the product demand, available back benefits. These are the basic points that will be taken into consideration before understanding the importance of the location planning because it will aid to the plant location that we are making. So based on this, you are having the dynamic nature of the plant location. So location decision is strategic, long-term and non-repetitive in nature. Location decisions arise due to the following reasons. Starting a new manufacturing unit, okay? And in case of existing factory, there are two options like first is a plant expansion due to increased demand and second is look for new location with additional facility due to the following reasons. That is change in location of demand, change in availability of raw material, change in availability of transport, change in availability and cost of labor. Then you are having the point of change in government regulations and laws and diversification or introduction of new products. So these are the points that is taken into consideration when you are having the existing factories and you are having the two options like how you can able to have the new location with additional factory facilities. So you have to consider these particular points. The choice of site for selection depends upon the three heads, regional factors. The regional factors depends upon proximity to market, like कितना पास है आपका वो पर्टिकुलर एरिया, उसकी पेरिफेरी में कितनी दूर पे आता है आपका, proximity to source of raw materials, ओके, रॉ मटेरियल कितना अवेलेबल होता है आपके एरिया के हिसाब से जहाँ पे आपका प्लांट आपको लगाना है और कितना ज़्यादा वो रॉ मटेरियल जो सोर्सेज है वो अवेलेबल है कि नहीं है वहाँ पे. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फैसिलिटी, लाइक अगर हम बात करें इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की तो क्या क्या इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फैसिलिटी वहाँ पे है, ट्रांसपोर्ट फैसिलिटी है कि नहीं है, ट्रांसपोर्ट इन टर्म्स ऑफ द रेल रोड or maybe if possible sea, it is there. Then you are having availability of land. We should require the proper land which is being available in order to have a proper site for setting up the plant. And availability of utilities, जो भी utilities हैं, availability of machinery and all वो utility के अंदर आती है. And then इसके बाद climatic conditions कि जैसे example मैंने आपको दिया था कि if you consider Rajkot, so Rajkot climate is well suited for doing casting. So in order to have that type of the environment, you should have the good climatic conditions, and based on that, you can able to select the site. So climatic condition also matters a lot when you are having the regional. It is considered as a regional factor for the site selection. And then the government policies, like government में जैसे मैंने आपको example दिया था special economic zone का. The special economic zone is a policy of the government where the specific area is being given to open up the industrial output. So you are having that, and the government will give some subsidies and all in that. So that all the things comes in the government policies. What is the community factor and the site factor? In the community factor, availability of labor. Whatever labors we are having who are working in the industry, based on their availability, what is the use, like how you can able to select the site, how you can able to have the service facilities and the waste disposals, like services में क्या क्या चीजें आपकी available हैं और waste disposal के लिए क्या क्या चीजें चाहिए, ये सारी चीजें भी important है with respect to this. Same way availability and cost of land, कि जो लैंड अवेलेबल है वो सही है कि नहीं है और उसकी कॉस्ट क्या होगी, suitability of the land suitable है कि नहीं है. Then I discussed the comparison of locations. Now, in that, I discussed the various factors like if you consider market, labor, availability of land, transportation, pollution, community services, power and water, proximity to allied industries, tax rate, union, infrastructure, salary, wages. These are the factors. अब इसके बेसिस पे अर्बन और रूरल दो एरियाज हैं जहाँ पे आपका क्या है लोकेशन जो है वो डिसाइड होती है. सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट मार्केट इज अवेलेबल अर्बन में, और अगर हम रूरल की बात करें तो मार्केट इज वेरी फार अवे. इफ यू कंसिडर द लेबर, then diversified labor, people from other skilled areas, they are available near to the urban area, while if we compare the people, skilled people in the rural area, they are not available. Availability of land, so less availability of land and is costly, that will be there in the urban areas, while if you compare the rural areas, so in the rural areas what will happen is that we should have the adequate transport facility which is not available, sorry, adequate land which is not available at cheaper rate. If you consider the transportation, that is also very important. कि आपने माल बना लिया, अब उसको ट्रांसपोर्ट करना है अलग अलग जगह पे, तो अगर उसके लिए एवेन्यूज आपके नहीं है प्रॉपरली, सो यू कैन नॉट एबल टू ट्रांसपोर्ट इट प्रॉपरली. So good transport facility is available in the urban area, while if you compare the rural area, then adequate transport facility is not available. अगर हम pollution की बात करें, industries create air and water pollution if it is there in the urban area, while in the rural area you are having the less pollution. Community services की बात करें तो community services like school, hospitals, medical, fire protection, etc. are available in urban areas, while if you compare with the rural area, poor availability of community services will be there. Power and water की बात करें तो continuous power supply of water in urban areas will be there, while rural area में it will be discontinuous supply of power and water. अगर हम proximity to allied industries की बात करें तो allied industries are available near to the urban location, while rural location allied industries are not available. If you consider the tax rates, in urban areas high tax rates are there, while there will be an exemption on the tax rates in the rural areas. And if you consider union, ये बहुत important point है, मैंने इसका example भी आपको दिया था कि more union problems are there in the urban areas, because in the urban areas lot of political wings and all will be available easily, so there can be more indulgence of all these particular things, all these people in the industrial unions of the workers. So that is why in the urban areas more union problems is there, while if you compare the rural areas less union problems are there. Infrastructure की बात करें तो greater restrictions on construction of factory buildings. So you are having a much restriction and construction of factory that you are building in the urban area, while if you compare the rural area, few restrictions on construction of factory building will be there. If you compare salary and wage, it is high due to high cost of living in the urban area. Okay, while in the rural area, lower due to lower cost of living. These are the factors that you have to take into consideration for urban as well as the rural factor, and these are the factors. Now, definition of the plant layout. So, before going for the discussion on the plant layout, let me have the discussion of with you. I am asking some questions to all the students. First question is, what are the basic factors that will be taken into consideration with respect to the dynamic nature or the dynamic aptitude of the plant location? Dynamic layout of the plant location के लिए क्या क्या factors important होते हैं? Raise your hand. If you are not raising your hand, then I will ask you. It is just an opinion, like what you have understood. Viren, can you explain? Just now I have discussed with you also in the recap. Archit, Gautam, dynamic factors क्या होते हैं? जो कि प्लांट लोकेशन को इफेक्ट करते हैं। हर्षित, गौतम, what are the dynamic factors? Okay. What about others? What are the dynamic factors? See, मैंने आपको डायनेमिक फैक्टर्स के बारे में भी एक्सप्लेन किया था हर्षित, अभी अभी जस्ट एक्सप्लेन भी किया, उसके पहले भी एक्सप्लेन किया है। तो गिव मी द करेक्ट आंसर। ओके, थिंक कर लो, सोच लो। आई एम गिविंग यू 2 मिनट्स सभी स्टूडेंट्स को, एंड देन गिव मी द आंसर। जस्ट नाउ आई हैव डिस्कस विद यू डायनेमिक फैक्टर्स क्या क्या होते हैं। वेट, जस्ट लुक इनटू दिस। सभी लोग पहले स्लाइड को पढ़ो। चलो, अब मैं इसी पे क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ। रेडी? वीरेन, पहला पॉइंट है कि स्टार्टिंग अ न्यू मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट, अगर आपको डायनेमिक नेचर ऑफ प्लांट लोकेशन डिफाइन करना है तो So what is your opinion in that? Starting a new manufacturing unit, इस पे कैसे dynamic nature of plant location work करेगा? Viren, Harshit, what is your opinion? What is your opinion, Harshit?
Yes, I was trying to unmute, sir. Yes. So I think, sir, for a new start, like we have more demand than we can have produce in older plant location. So then we came to know that now we need another unit, and then we can have a second thought.
Okay, Harshit, good. Any other student? Raise your hand. What is your opinion? Now you can see the second point. In case of existing factory, there are two options. One is a plant expansion due to increased demand, and second is for looking for a new location with additional facility. Okay, which is considered on these particular points. So what are your views on these particular points? Raise your hands, all the students. गौतम पटेल, तुम्हारा क्या ओपिनियन है इस पे? It's a very practical question that I am asking because now you are going to be there in the industry after some time. So you should know all these things. अगर आप अपनी खुद की भी इंडस्ट्री लगाने जा रहे हो तो you should know all these things. हाँ हर्षित, बोलो.
Sir, I have a little confusion, like a question. We are managing
एक मिनट.
like
अब बोलो. बोलो. Your voice is not coming, Harshit. हर्षित, आवाज नहीं आ रही तुम्हारी. Harshit, what you are saying, I am just unmuting you again.
yes, sir.
हाँ,
So
अभी
I
बोलो.
was asking, like we are discussing for a new location, and main point is we have a more demand, and then we need a new plant basically for
Okay.
the more production. So as per cost factor, sir, um, I rather we do the new plant location and totally the new infrastructure, or more. I mean, for the financial point of view, why don't we concentrate on the older plant and do the more? I mean, R&D करके आप कर सकते हो कि पुराने प्लांट में ही आप प्रोडक्शन बढ़ा सकते हो.
See, वो भी वही होता है ना, एक्सपेंशन ऑफ प्लांट. आप अपने
Right, sir.
पुराने प्लांट में बाजू में ये कि अपने प्लांट को एक्सपेंड कर दो. समझ गए पॉइंट?
Right, sir.
जैसे मारवाड़ी में मान लो कि सपोज इफ आई विल कंसीडर लाइक मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट था पहले, अब यहाँ पे दूसरी बिल्डिंग में लॉ डिपार्टमेंट भी खुल गया, उसके नेक्स्ट बिल्डिंग में दूसरा कोई एक डिपार्टमेंट खुल गया, तो उसी पेरिफेरी के अंदर आपने अपने आप को एक्सपैंड किया.
Right, right.
So that is also one of the expansion where you are working according to the trend. Trend means market की जो situation होती है, market की जो demand होती है, उसके हिसाब से आपने या तो अपने प्रोडक्शन को इंक्रीज किया अपने एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट से, या फिर आपने कोई नया प्रोडक्ट बनाने के लिए उसी पेरिफेरी के अंदर उस यूनिट को लगाया।
Right.
ठीक है, बट
Okay.
डायनेमिक नेचर क्या है, जैसे आप, मैंने खुद स्लाइड खोल के रखी है, उसी के बेसिस पे मैं क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ, मैंने काफी एक्सप्लेन भी कर दिया इस पे। नाउ इट इज योर टर्न, और मैं ये चीज टेस्ट करने के लिए नहीं, बट ये आपके ओपिनियन, क्योंकि तुम लोग सब अब बड़े हो गए हो, यू आर द सीनियर स्टूडेंट्स एंड यू कैन एबल टू गिव मी द आंसर, वी आर ऑल्सो लर्निंग फ्रॉम द स्टूडेंट्स। ठीक है, और आप मेरे से ज्यादा मार्केट में रहते हो, सो दैट इज व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग फ्रैंकली कि व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट। ठीक है,
ठीक sir.
okay Gautam, can I unmute you, you can just discuss with me, Gautam. Gautam, you are there in the meeting. Okay, let me show one video to you. I will just explain you 1 minute. Everybody can see this screen, yes or no? Yes or no? ये screen दिख रही है सबको? See, it is a video where you can see the layout of the bogies, and कैसे जो रेल इंजन होता है उसका मेंटेनेंस किया जाता है, जो बोगीज होती हैं उसको अलग अलग लेआउट में किस तरीके से फिक्स किया गया है। ठीक है, आप लोग इस वीडियो में देखो। Okay, students, so you have seen in the video like how the different particular maintenance as well as the layout for the different machines which is being required for maintenance of the railway bogies and all are being there in that particular video. Same way, according to the need, the layouts are being made. Since we are going to discuss about the layout, so let me have the discuss. So you have seen that the plant of the wheels of the bogies, their maintenance are being there. So what is basically the plant layout is? What is definition? Like according to Moore, plant layout is a plan of an optimum arrangement of facilities, including personal, operating equipment, storage space, material handling equipment, and all other supporting services, along with the design of best structure to contain all these facilities. So you are having a plant layout, and that is having the optimum arrangement of all the facilities, which is including personal and the operating equipment that you can able to take for storage space, then for material handling equipment, and all the other services that you can decide with respect to the design of the best structures that you can contain for these facilities. This is basically the layout that I have discussed on the first slide, and it is having all the facilities like if you see water treatment plant is there, metal separation thing is there, warehouse, emergency material storage, shipping, floor area, hazardous waste handling, product development, everything is there if you see this particular layout. So it will adds up to the plant layout in such a way that it is a plan of you can able to have the optimum arrangement of all the facilities that include the personal operating equipment, storage space, material handling equipment, and all the other supporting services, which will make this design best structure to contain all these facilities. So I told you what are the basic objectives of a good plant layout. If you see this particular ABCD material flow, you can see A, you are having some material, you utilizes it to contain that material on the section of B. Then C means the process. At the bottleneck means the process where you are consuming that material in order to get some output. And then on the D, you can see one dot is there where you will get the required output while doing the process. And on E, you are having the double dot means that will be supplied to the customer. So that is a material flow. If you are having this smooth plant layout where the activities are being carried out in a proper manner, in a smooth manner, then you can have the plant which is having a good efficiency and you can able to provide the good product to the customer. So good plant layout is like it is having a good objective, like it is having a minimization of material handling. Means material handling equipment like AGVs or maybe robots or anything. So it should like that how you can able to minimize your material handling system. It should have the faster movement of material towards completion. So you are having the materials, how you can able to fastly move that to that particular completion of the component that you are making. So it should be fine enough to have such a layout that you can able to get this faster movement of the material towards the completion of the process. Elimination of bottlenecks means like whenever you are doing any process, you can eliminate unnecessarily time wasted things. That is called the bottleneck. So you can able to avoid that. So how you can able to avoid that? When you just make your layout in such a manner that the things which will become a hurdle for you in the system, it should be eliminated. So unnecessarily bottleneck should be eliminated. Minimization of waste. So if you are having any type of the material wastage or any type of the wastage that you are having, it should be minimized. Why? Because if you have the wastage every time of the different things, maybe resources, maybe materials, or maybe anything, then it will lead to the loss. It will lead to the efficiency to be reduced for your plant layout. So your layouts should be such that it should have the minimization of the waste, which will lead to increase in your efficiency of your plant. Effective utilization of man, machine, and space means triple M. Space is not an appropriate word if I assume men, material, and machinery. Effective utilization of men, like the people who are working in your industry. So you should have to make a layout, good plant layout, such that the people who are having their strength, like some people are good in welding, some people are good in lathe work, some people are good in other works. So accordingly, you have to identify the cluster and then you can have to put them on their basis of their strength to the right position where they belong. So effective utilization of men, machinery also, as you have seen in the last video that I have shown you, you can see for maintaining such type of the huge structures, since railways are considering to be the huge structures, they are using the huge structures, bogies and all, in order to serve the people. So machines, you can see, you have already seen that the machines they are using, they are appropriately placed such that the proper maintenance can be done for that type of the machine in a proper way. And you can see the space. They are proper space wherever the machines are being set up. They are being put there at a particular place, and then the materials, if it is being used for this system, they are being effectively used for this type of the layout. Minimization of manufacturing cycle time, like whenever you are manufacturing anything, you should have to have the minimization of the cycle time, like the time in which you are making any particular product. So how you can able to minimize the manufacturing cycle time? Cycle time means like your project will start with the origin, then the topmost point, and then maturity, and then the decline. These are the 3 points. So how you can able to minimize the time that is being required in order to have the manufacturing that can be done in a proper way. So minimization of manufacturing cycle time. Flexibility of manufacturing operations and arrangements, like how much flexible your operations and arrangements are with respect to the plant layout. कितना ज़्यादा flexible आपका system हो manufacturing operations को arrangements का, तब जाके you can able to have the proper way of work to be done in order to provide the good quality products to the customer. Okay, so that is also one of the basic objective of the good plant layout, like how we can able to carry out the work and provide employee convenience, safety, and comfort. It is like that कि आप अपने जो employees हैं उनको कितना ज़्यादा सिक्योर करते हो, कितना ज़्यादा सेफ कंफर्ट करते हो. इसका मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि when Tata Motors has its plant in Singur in West Bengal in order to make nano, so lot of the local people, they attack the people who are working there in the industry. So what Ratan Tata has initiated, like to shift the plant to Gujarat so that it will be safe to make the Tata Nano here and it will be supplied to the all over India. So it will provide employee convenience. Employee को भी क्या है, वहाँ safety मिल गई, convenience मिल गया और comfort मिल गया, जिससे आपका क्या है कि overall जो working environment है आपका, overall if we consider the working environment of your plant, that should be good, and with the help of that you can have the proper efficiency that can be maintained for that particular plant layout. So these are some of the basic objectives of a good plant layout. की objective क्या क्या plant layout होता है हमारे पास और उसके क्या क्या points होते हैं, क्या क्या characteristics होते हैं. Next is minimize the accidents. That is also very important. Like you should have all the safety gadgets that will be associated with your process, because see, anytime anything can happen in your industry. It may be a fire outbreak, it may be any accident in the machinery or anything. So you should have all the safety gadgets that will be maintained with you, so that you can able to employ it, you can able to use that particular gadgets for the utilization of the safety of the people, and you can able to minimize the accidents that if it is occurring, because you don't know what will happen in the next moment of time in the industry. So that is the reason like we should have the good plant layout which will be maintained or which will be made such that it should minimize the accidents. Now, principle of the plant layout. If you consider the principle of overall integration means men, machinery and material for effective utilization of resources and maximum effectiveness. Okay, that is basically one of the principle like how effectively you can able to use man, material and machinery and how you can able to maximize their effectiveness. So principle of minimum distance, that is total distance should be the minimum and straight line movement will be preferred. Just like previously slide if I'll go, this is a straight line mechanism where your activities are being installed in the sense that all the things are being done in a linear way. So that is one of the important thing like how your activities will be performed efficiently in this particular system. Principle of cubic space utilization, both horizontal and vertical space. So you should have to maintain your specification in the sense that all your activities will be done either in the horizontal or maybe both like horizontal or vertical space and you can be able to cover up all your things in a proper way. And then the principle of a smooth and continuous flow, like always forward direction. So you can able to get the required output in a forward direction when you are using this type of the plant layout. And principle of maximum flexibility, like it can be altered with minimum cost and time. So you can able to alter the flexibility and you can able to have the minimum time and cost that will be related like पैसा आपका कम लगना चाहिए और टाइम आपका मिनिमाइज होना चाहिए, इतना फ्लेक्सिबल आपका सिस्टम रहना चाहिए. दैट इज द ओवरऑल प्रिंसिपल ऑफ द प्लांट लेआउट जिसका एक प्रिंसिपल के ऊपर ये बेस है. Sixth is principle of safety, security and satisfaction. Like whenever you are installing a new plant, you should provide the safety, you should provide the security and you should provide the overall satisfaction to the people who are working in your organization. अगर आप ये नहीं कर पा रहे हो, that means there is some particular point of problem that is occurring in your system. तो ये कुछ हमारे principles हैं जो कि plant layout में है. So I'm stopping the lecture here, but before that, let me have a quick recap of what I have discussed with you. So today I have discussed with you about the definition of the plant layout. That is, plant layout is a plan of optimum arrangement of facilities, and that includes personal operating equipment, storage space, material handling equipment, and other supportive services, along with the design of best structure to contain all these facilities. उसके लिए मैंने ये जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो आपको डिस्कस किया. Objectives of the good plant layout, इसके points क्या क्या हैं? That is minimization of material handling, faster movement of material towards completion, elimination of bottleneck, minimization of waste, effective utilization of man, machine and space, minimization of manufacturing cycle time, flexibility of manufacturing operation and arrangement, provide better employee convenience, safety and comfort, and minimize the accident. ये हमारे कुछ basic objectives हैं plant layout. Now, what are the principles on which the plant layout depends? That is principle of overall integration, which include man, material, and effectiveness use of resources and maximum effectiveness. Principle of minimum distance, which include total distance should be minimum and straight line movement is preferred. Principle of cubic space utilization, that will be both horizontal and vertical space. Principle of smooth and continuous flow, that is always in forward direction. Principle of maximum flexibility, that can be altered with the minimum cost and time, and principle of safety, security, and satisfaction. So this is all. So next turn we will see the other particular type, like what the type of the layout, different type of layouts are there, U type, grid line type and all. We'll see and discuss in the next lecture. So all the students, if you are having anything to ask, you can ask now, or if not, you can give your attendance and you can leave the meeting. Quickly give your attendance and you can leave the meeting. Jawad, give attendance. Jawad, give attendance. Bhavin, those who have already given the attendance, you can leave the meeting. Rushabh, give attendance. Bhavin, give attendance quickly. Okay. Okay, I am ending the lecture, student. Thank you.